Are you able to see my screen?
I'm not able to see. Yes.
Okay. So we will start with the freight order management. So yesterday, at the last instance, Saturday we have completed the planning one. Now we will go with the freight order management. Do you
Sharing.
have any question? Sharing is done. Okay. Still it is the same?
Still, I'm not able to see.
One second. Just see now.
Yes, yes, now I'm able.
Okay. So this is a freight order management. So freight order management is still the last class we have completed the planning, and output of the planning leads to a freight order creation. So once a freight order is created, so from now onwards, how the freight order is processed and what is the how the freight order is assigned to the carrier, like carrier selection profile, tendering profile, everything will be done in the freight order management. Okay, so basically freight order is the output of your planning, and freight order is executed either by the carrier or a shipper. So when it is subcontracted to the carrier, so it will be executed by the carrier. Okay, and a freight order can be created either automatically or manually. So yesterday we have seen that it was created automatically, right, to the planning run. So manually also you can create. So that is a freight document we used to call as a freight booking. So okay, when we are dealing with the ocean scenario, and when we are dealing with air scenario, first of all we have to create a freight order. Then we will assign the forwarding order to the freight order. Okay, so that is your freight order creation manually. So till the last class, when the planning run is executed or the output of the planning, so the freight order which got created is automatically created. And manual freight order is created in another way. The manual freight order is also created if you know which is the source and destination, pickup and start date. Okay, so that means it's not required for automatically system to determine. If you know from which source to which destination we are sending, and who is the LSP or who is the carrier, if you identify before in upfront. Okay, and what are the items to be transported, and it is a regular route. So basically the freight order is useful in case if you already have the carrier details in hand. Okay, and the route is also regular. It is not required for planning and all. So automatic freight order can be created in the following ways, which is a result of the planning, direct creation, and it is integrated with your ERP shipment integration. And structure of the freight order is like this. Its planning information will be there, like your stops and stages, business partners will be there, transportation charges, document flow, customs information, output management, dangerous goods information, status information, settlement information. Do you remember if you see some of the fields or most of the fields in any other document type?
Forwarding order also we have business partners,
Yeah.
document flow.
In the forwarding order also all this kind of information will be available. So structure wise there is no change, only the document category, and there are some fields which are necessary for the freight order. So freight order types determine the parameter that influence how the system should process the freight order. It's normally the type of your forwarding order or the document will control it. So this is also similar way. And default type is a freight order can be marked as a default in both ERP initiated freight orders and TM initiated freight orders. So the main purpose of this freight orders is, so yesterday when we created after the planning run, the freight order got determined. So there are some 5 places where the configuration of the freight order type is assigned. So I will tell you the freight order determination types. So one of the way will be your default type. So if you have not maintained any other configurations, then system will take this default type as a freight order type. Okay, and a freight order can be subcontracted or not. That also freight order will be controlled, allowing settlement of the freight order and cancellation if cancellation or deletion is possible or not. So these are the freight order types. You see here there are 2 default types, right? I will show you again, but if you see in the screen shot, there are 2 default types. One is default type for the shipment integration of your ERP and default type. So can you just remember what is the difference, or can you just draw inference? What is the functionality of these two? Why SAP has given 2 for this?
One is like default type. First one is like to consider it as a default type when for any freight order. Whenever freight order,
Okay.
if we keep as a default type, whenever freight order is created through planning, that order type will be considered like forwarding order. The second one,
Okay. Yeah, in case if you are integrating from your R3 scenarios, which is nothing but your shipper scenario, then the second order type will be considered as a default type. The first one is which is created from your forwarding order. Okay. So here in the basic settings we can see whether the freight order can be subcontracted or not, and in the shipper and consignee destination determination should be done or not, and fix a document when saving. So if any problems are there or any checks are happening, it should fix there. Freight order can be deleted or enable charge calculation, enable settlement, okay, enable internal settlement. All those things will be done through here. Okay, so here we have a tendering process also will be assigned here. So tendering is separate scenario where we are looking for a different carriers. Okay, so once a freight order is created, we will be assigning the carriers, or we will be finding out the different carriers which are operating on the lane. And using the tendering is a methodology where we are assigning the suitable carrier. So tendering is nothing but it's a process of finding out the carrier, and we are assigning the carrier to the freight order. Okay, so here the default means of a transport, your vehicle, everything will be assigned here only. So here it is also integrated to your GTS system. Okay, so here one main difference from your forwarding order to the GTS integration and the freight order to the GTS integration is freight order when it is integrated to GTS, that means here the carrier has to be assigned, or carrier has to be declared the goods to the customs. In case if it is a forwarding order, so in the forwarding order either LSP or shipper can declare the goods to the customs. So you know, whenever the goods transportation happening between the two cross-border countries, so obviously there should be a customs declarations for whatever the kind of a goods you are executing. So those kind of declarations has to be done using a GTS integration. So here the freight orders and forwarding orders will be playing a major role. Okay. And when you are creating the forwarding order, so I told you that we have to assign the sales organization, right? Because in the sales organization is nothing but it's a contract or the organization unit which is responsible to uh, contract between the shipper and the LSP. But in case if it's a freight order, it is an agreement. The purchase organization will play a major role. It's a link from your LSP to the carrier, because LSP is a person who is getting the services, or he is purchasing the services from the carrier. So in SAP terminology, when you are purchasing something, so what is the organization unit responsible?
The organization.
Purchase organization. So that is the purchase organization should be assigned to the freight order, and sales organization is to be assigned to the normally to the forwarding order. So freight orders, there are 5 stages as I said. One is forwarding order stage type. Okay, so this is a way where you assign the forwarding order, a freight order to the forwarding order to that particular stage, and in the freight unit type, and FUBR, it's a one-step planning in the freight unit building rule as one-step planning, and the freight booking. So this is pickup and delivery, and there is a planning profile. Okay, so these are the different ways or different uh, mechanisms where the freight order type is determined. Okay, I will just show you the different ways here. First is, I'm going to the SPRO. Go to the forwarding order. You go to the forward order. Here define default freight order, freight document types of the stages. So based on your freight forwarding order, like for example ours is ZFW. Okay, it is not there. So if it is there, automatically this will come as a default order type. So for this forwarding order type and for this stage, what is your freight order? Okay, so this is the first place. If this assignment is not there, then system will go to the freight unit type. So where it will be there in the freight unit type?
Freight order we have defined.
No, this is a freight order type. You're asking about this one, right? First step.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this is a document type is nothing but freight order type.
Mm.
Okay, the second step is in the planning, you can go to the freight unit. So in the freight unit type, you will be having a freight order type again. See this one. So if at that place, if it is not there in the first stage at the stage type and the forwarding order type, then it will come and look at here. Okay. This is the second place. If this is also not there, then what is the third one? The third one is freight unit building rule one-step planning. So freight unit building rule will be available here in the NWBC. So do you remember we created one freight unit building rule? So in this freight unit building rule for one-step planning, okay, so this is the document type. This is for one-step planning. Okay.
IoT is freight order type.
Yeah. Okay. So the next is freight booking. picking and delivery. So this is nothing but manually you are creating when you are sending. And another one is planning profile. So this we have seen the planning profile run, right? In the applications, go to selection, planning profiles, edit planning profile, gel underscore tm something we created. So this configuration. So if you say default, it will come from default, or if you say planning profile, so here from the planning profile it will come. All these things you have to assign this. Okay, so this is the configuration. So in this way it will come. Okay, so these are the stages, 5 stages. Now yesterday we have created one forwarding order, right? Or we can create one more for forwarding order. We will see. I'll just create one for forwarding order. ZFWO. Okay, so mode of transportation road, it's 1, and shipping type is 17. Here I will just say daily. Okay, just enter the product. It's a gross weight. Location, dates and time, you can come here. Okay, so location I'll just say 3100, and the destination location CU302. Okay, and you can see here in the general data we have assigned the sales organization, right? So I will show you the forwarding order level again. Okay, charges. Okay, everything is done. Check for the consistency of the document. If everything is done, okay, I will go to the follow-up action. So document flow, save. Okay, now I will take to the display cockpit. Okay, so in the display cockpit, I will just select our planning profile and selection profile. These are the 4, right? So what I will do is I will just come here. Okay, 1153. So I will just choose this. I will select. Okay, plan select items. Okay, stage is blocked. Why? Go to the stages. Okay, so these are not ready. The one which is unplanned is the stage, so it has come. Okay, you can just ignore this. Okay, and you can come and select this resource. Plan selected items. Okay, if you just go top, yes, say this document is ready to create, and once you save, it will show you the details here. So this is 903. Okay, you can see the document here. Okay, so just develop this document. It will take you to the freight order. Okay, so now it is coming from your transportation planning as a default type. So this is what we have. Because if I go to the JWO, the configuration, we don't have anything here in this. Right? We don't have anything in the forwarding order. In this step, we have not created anything for the forwarding order, right? So default steps are not there for the forwarding order. If you see here, JWO is not available anywhere. Did you see? There is no JWO. The second is your priority unit. It will go to the planning run. In the planning run, it will come and see for your flight unit type. So what is the flight unit which got created here? I will go to the document flow. Yeah, it is 001. So if I come to 001 here by default, okay. So do you see anything you're saying? No, right?
They're in forwarding
Right?
or the stage type, I guess. ZFWO.
No, we don't have any stage step, right? The configuration for the forwarding order stage step, we have not assigned anything. ZFW is not there, right?
Yeah.
See, ZFW is not there. So it should come from the third step is it should come from a planning run. If I go to the planning, and the planning, so it's showing us default type, so which is nothing but the configuration of your flight order. What is the default? Flight order type. So it will look for the default. So where is the default assigned here? So this is the default. So this value is coming. So these are the stages. And if I go to the configuration of this, so the main difference here is the default types will be two. One is for your TM document, and is one is if it is coming from the ERP document. Okay. So here you are saying whether it's relevant for subcontracting or not relevant for subcontracting. So relevant for subcontracting in the sense you can assign a carrier profile, carrier tendering profile, everything will come into picture. If you say not relevant for tendering, so that is in case it is useful. For example, if you take example of a DHL, so DHL has its own fleet, right? Has its own carriers. So in such case, DHL is acting as a planning for the planning also DHL will be taken care, and for execution also DHL will take care. In that case, it is not relevant for subcontracting. So the example will be DHL when you are assigning the DHL for both planning as well as execution. In that case, it is not required for the subcontracting. You will be always having the carrier as a DHL itself. So shipper and the consignee always you have to define based on the previous document. Okay, so any other changes here we should look for is this one. The purchase organization is mandatory. So when you are assigning this, automatically the purchase organization will determine from here. See, I will show you the freight order. Do you see here 2324, 2325? These are coming from where? These are coming from the configuration. Okay. Only this is an important thing, and there is one more setting for this. The number ranges, you have to define the number ranges here. So these are the number ranges what we have to create for this document types, freight orders. and this we can assign directly here in this freight order types. Okay, so this document types we are assigning the numbering is. So here important thing what you have to understand is the freight order and the freight booking, these two are, even though those two are considered as a freight documents, but the process is something different. So when you are creating the freight order, okay, so that is the transportation mode is always a road and rail. When you are creating a freight booking, that means the freight booking has to be initially created, then the forwarding order will be created. Okay, so now the process what we are doing is we are getting the forwarding order, and from the forwarding order we are creating the freight order. But in case if you are creating a freight booking, that is for ocean and the rail scenario, initially you will create ocean and the air scenario. Initially you will create a freight booking, then a freight order will, a forwarding order will be created. Why such scenario or why such process, I will tell you later, because it says some schedules we have to create. I will tell you that one. Here the freight booking type also, if you see, this is another one. Okay, see transportation mode, these two will be there, but you don't find these two in your freight order. And here you are not finding any default type for the ERP integration, because first of all you have to create this, then you are assigning that one. Okay, it should be created first, so that's why there is no default type.
So first will be freight booking, then forwarding order, then freight order.
No, freight order is not required. So in case if you are doing for ocean or sea or air scenario, then freight order is not required. It's a freight booking, then forwarding order. So that's all. Then settlement, everything happen. See the freight document, it can be either a freight order or freight booking.
Okay.
Okay. So if the transportation mode is ocean, then it is freight booking. If the transportation mode is road, it is a freight order. That's all. And if there are any country specific settings for this security purpose and all, you have to assign. So normally see for example China or Australia and New Zealand, there will be some country specific settings will be there in case if it has to move to the cross border, the transit and all.
It's like ship will be stopped there for 2 days or 3 days. It can transit time over.
Yes. See, transit is something different when it's useful to declarations to the customs, and mainly the transit is a process which is operating only in case of your European countries. So what is the transit is? So within the European Union there are so many rules are there. So if the goods are moving from within the countries of the European Union, what will happen is, it is not required for physically submitting the goods for verification within the countries of European Union. Okay, so just they can do a transit. It's a shipment can, physical shipment is not required, just a documentation has to be submitted to the customs. So physical shipment is not required for verification. So that is how the rules is, if it is moving within the European Union countries.
Okay.
Okay, so the document type, the for freight order got created. Now the next process is, once a freight order is created, what we have to do is just go to edit mode. So we have to assign the carrier. So that means we have to subcontract this to the carrier, saying that this document is assigned to you. So here we have a manual carrier process, and we also have a tendering process. So when you will use the manual planning and when we will go with the tendering profile, I will tell you. Okay, so carrier profile is nothing but a carrier selection profile we have to create, saying like within the same lane from the source and destination there are 4 or 5 carriers are there. So how the carrier has to be find out, whether it can be automatically determined or manually we have to assign, or based on the ranking what we have given, he has to find out. All these things will be there in the carrier. Okay, so the next is subcontracting. In the subcontracting, we will be having this carrier selection, tendering profile. Carrier selection is manually or how you are doing. Automatic tendering is something like, for example, we have a 4 or 5 carriers. Okay, so first of all, we have to ask them what is the cost, or what is we are asking the quotation for executing the transportation in the tendering. So 4 or 5 carriers are there within the region. We will be asking that, okay, what is the cost for executing this from this location to this location. So 5 carriers are there. We will be just sending the request for each and every carrier, so that we have a peer-to-peer tendering and broadcast tendering. So these two are famous. So peer-to-peer normally used in European Union, and broadcast tendering is used in the US regions. So these are all we will discuss at the time when we are dealing with your actual tendering process. Okay, so what we can do is we will just you just go through the end-to-end flow till the flight order creation if you have any question, because this is a point where our 50% is done. Okay, so next is your charge calculation, carrier profile, and tendering profile, settlement documentation. These 4 will be coming under the 50 second half of the 50. And LSP, the shipper scenario. So whatever we are dealing, it's only the with reference to our LSP scenario. So then we have a shipper scenario, that is how the document is getting created from your R3. So when your sales order is created, how the sales order will come into the TM. So that also will show you. Okay, so just practice till here, and if you have any questions, you can just ask me, because the next part, it's more process. Okay, so till whatever we have learned, it's only just new for you, right? So till now you didn't heard about the forwarding order, freight order, but from now onwards, whatever we're discussing, it's completely specific to TM. So you have to just be thorough in the part till whatever we discussed till now. From now onwards, it is completely specific to your TM only. So there will be nothing called as LSP or nothing called as a TM. So everything whatever we are discussing from the next 50%, it will be applicable for both your TM as well as the LSP. Okay?
Okay.
So you should not get confused with LSP scenario and shipper scenario again. Always remember, the forwarding order is created for only the LSP cases. Freight order or freight booking will be created for both LSP as well as the shipper scenario, and carriers and profiles, tendering profile, everything will be there for both cases. Only the initiating document will make a decision or make sure that this is a LSP and this is a shipper.
Okay. The initiation document.
Okay.
Initial document.
Yeah, initial document is nothing but either it can be a forwarding order or it can be a OTR.
Okay.
Okay, so tomorrow, is it possible to join by late, some half an hour late?
8:30?
Yeah, 8:30.
Okay, no issues. From 8:30 to?
Yep. It depends. If you want, we can have 1 hour, or if you have any busy, we can go with half an hour class.
Okay.
Because I have to go outside, I'll be coming by 8:30 only.
Okay. I'll be informing to Krishna, okay?
So yeah, I will just inform him.
Okay.
Yeah, just practice till here, and if you have any questions, you just ask me, and I will share in this. I will share you this freight order documentation.
Okay.
Thank you, Bruce.
Bye.